So all of you internet dwellers were trying to go find alien life in Area 51. You guys were totally in the wrong place. I'm going to show you where you can find some aliens.
Batshake helicopter. Head backstage, you know what I'm talking about? I got cocaine to do. Got crack to smoke and dicks to suck, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? That place is to be. And besides, there is no way that we're sticking around for that fucking kangaroo food court.
Great show. Tremendous. The biggest crowd I've ever seen. Twice as big as Hillary's, no question about it. I knew you boys would beat that impeachment rap. They had nothing, no evidence, no collusion, no obstruction.
Ybor, Tampa, Florida. The aliens are here, and humanity is fucked. What horrors await within the hollowed out corpse of an old Toys R Us? So this Halloween City wasn't even worth filming in. They had so little, especially when it came to like masks and props and stuff. It was just dumb. But then I realized, I don't even know if you could see it, there's a Party City right down there. And they actually had stock. They actually had things. I didn't buy anything, but you'll see a clip here. They're actually really well stocked with masks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Monorail Red. Our next stop is the Magic Kingdom.
So I'm doing something a little different for a Halloween video this year. A bit less scary than my typical stuff, but something I've kind of been wanting to do. So it was incredibly hot waiting to get in. So I just have one plan now. Alright, so after Splash Mountain to Thunder Mountain, because it's right there. And now it's time to go do a ride that's not going to be open tonight.
You know where you are! You're in the jungle, baby! You're gonna die! Well, that's pretty cool. Welcome to you guys. It's gonna be awesome. There's gonna be food. There's gonna be dancing by all my friends. Party of the year for sure. No, it's awkward. I don't see anyone on the beach canoe. Yeah. Something must have scared them off. Let's keep our eyes peeled. Oh, yeah, because that might be. There's a giant python and a that tree back there. I don't want you guys to worry though. They're actually pretty friendly creatures. They can even develop a crush on you. It's a little smothering though, not to know what you guys get wrapped up in. It's a very constricted relationship, let me tell you. Yeah. Now, are you supposed to stop by my camp real quick to pick up some supplies? Not again. Alright, these guys to break camp, and it looks like they broke it.
When hinges creak and doors change, and strange and frightening sounds echo through the halls, whenever candlelights flicker, where the air is deadly still, that is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with foolish delight. Our tour begins here in this gallery. Here where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. Kindly step all the way in, please, and make room for everyone. There's no turning back. Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding, almost as though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? And consider this dismaying observation. This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. Of course, there's always my way.
So in this video, I am going from Gwar to Disney. And I feel like that is like a 100% guarantee that some Disney fan is going to click on this video because they see Disney in the description or the title or whatever and see alien penises and get really angry and flag this video and get it taken down. So just looking forward to that happening. But anyway, I guess I could split it into multiple videos, but I'm not going to because this was literally just a couple days apart from each other. And in the normal tradition of this vlog series, I'm keeping kind of the weeks together. I ended up going to Disney's Halloween event, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. It is such a complete departure from the normal crap that I do for Halloween stuff. But it was kind of a good excuse to go. I'd kind of been wanting to go back there for a long time. And I mean, the prices are kind of ridiculous and crowds are stupid, but this was kind of like, it seemed perfect for me. It was at night, so you know, it's cooler because even though it's October, or this was I think late September technically, it's still 10 billion degrees in Florida. All the rides that I wanted to go on were open. I think it was cheaper than normal admission, and it had a Halloween theme to it. So, you know, if I'm gonna go to Disney, that seems to be the right criteria to get me in the door. So when you get the ticket, you can actually get into the park starting at 4. They don't seem to advertise this very well, but yeah, at 4 o'clock you can get in, you get a wristband, and then at 7, they kind of kick everybody else out. I might have the time slightly wrong, because it has been a little bit, because I was traveling, but yeah, they kick everybody else out of the park, and you know, the people with the wristbands are free to roam around. For kids and stuff, they have like trick-or-treat stations. They have characters that I guess they don't typically have, like I guess more villain costumed characters walking around, or like their classic characters in Halloween costumes. There's I think 2 special shows / firework things. There's a special parade they run twice through the night. But really my big priority was the rides, and they had 3 with Halloween overlays. They only did 2 of the 3 because the one I didn't go on is the teacups, which is just spooky lighting with the teacups, and that just didn't sound as appealing. But for the rest, one was Space Mountain, which was actually really awesome. It was completely in the dark. They shut out all the lights. Normally there's not much light in there to begin with, but it was all turned off, and I was in the front row. I could not see where the thing was going at all, and it was pretty amazing. And the other one was Pirates of the Caribbean, where they actually throw in some live actors into the ride.
That's neither here nor there. The important thing is that you get me out of here. And then we go split the treasure. That's the important thing.
Run up your white flag, you scurvy scum, and bring me back that scar, or I'll be sending you the daily trouble. Get on the broadside! Say this with your miserable nerve.
Are you all together? Do you know each other? Are you family? Oh, that's too much family.
That's another family. That's 3 rows.
And you like each other? That's all good?
You get along okay. Oh, wow. Oh, that's fair. That's true.
What did he say then?
He says he's not all girls. How can they not get along?
All girls?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I can't even.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
look at that.
hold on there.
I like those necklaces. Bob, I want one of those right here.
Okay.
I want the red one.
Okay, you with the red necklace, hand it over.
Of course, I hit up Haunted Mansion repeatedly. I think I did Pirates twice, Haunted Mansion 2 or 3 times. I only did Space Mountain once just because it was clear on the other side of the park. And I think Big Thunder Mountain, which had no special overlay or anything, ended up being the one I did the most. Partly because I was told that if I had the opportunity to try to get on the roller coaster while the fireworks are going off, and I did pull that off, just barely. I was in line for it. It's a 20-minute wait. It was like 20 minutes before the fireworks were supposed to start, but the line went faster than expected, and they didn't start going off until I was getting out of the ride. So I was sitting in line while the fireworks went off, and then finally got like the first couple turns of the ride with the fireworks going off. And it was definitely worth the effort to try to get that to happen because it was pretty awesome looking. Unfortunately, that's one that I did not film on because I did not want to lose my camera. You know, some of the slower rides I had no problem filming, but I don't know. I didn't bring my GoPros and I did not want to try to do that. So the Pirates thing with having the extra actors on there, you know, I don't know if it added a whole lot to the ride that you wouldn't get in a normal circumstance. But it was definitely unique. It was fun. There was some in the line, there was some on the ride itself. So it was a unique kind of thing to do over top that made it different than I guess any other time of the year. But since I haven't been there in years, it was just how it was that night. A lot of the rides had changed. Haunted Mansion has all kinds of new, like, kind of hologram stuff that wasn't on there last time I went. The Hitchhiking Ghosts were redone, which was kind of cool. Honestly, that was just a lot of fun because I hadn't gone on Haunted Mansion in years. I used to be terrified of it as a kid, which is kind of hilarious now, you know. I mean, I live in a house full of horror iconography now. I live and breathe horror. I have it permanently implanted onto my skin. But as a kid, I was just really terrified of the Haunted Mansion. And one of the things I used to do would be to bring some Ghostbusters toys. I had some of the real Ghostbusters, the Proton Pack, which I think was actually the Ghostbusters 2, like the slime pack thing. And I had a trap, which I've actually done a review on like years ago on this channel. And I'd bring that with me because in my mind as a kid, it's like, oh, I can get rid of the ghosts. And one of the things with the Halloween event is that they allow people to wear costume. But kids somewhere in the line had a Ghostbusters costume on, and that just kind of made me laugh because that's all I could think of was, me basically doing the same thing as a kid. And Haunted Mansion, while it didn't have anything in the ride itself, it actually did have some actors out on the front. So when you were going through the line, there were some ghosts out on the lawn. They kind of put lighting on these actors to make them look like they were ghostly, and they kind of interacted with the crowd and stuff, which was pretty cool. I did some other rides. I did Splash Mountain a couple times to try to cool down because it was blisteringly hot. So really what I can offer for this would be the kind of review of, I guess for people like me who want to go see spooky Halloween Disney, or I guess not so spooky Halloween Disney, you know, but are going as adults because you're creepy weirdos like me and then, you know, don't really care about characters or parades or any of that stuff. So there's some limitations to what's there, but like I said, for what I wanted to do, there was plenty. There was the rides that I really wanted to go on, and I got to go on them quite a lot because the lines were super short, which was definitely a plus. And plus, you know, not everything's open after 7, but you get in at 4, and then you can kind of do some of the other stuff, you know, everything else is open. So I did do like Jungle Cruise and I think Peter Pan and I think 1 or 2 other things if I remember. So yeah, I think in its own weird way, it's kind of worthwhile. If you're a horror fan wanting to do the Disney thing, it's the right way to do it without having to deal with some of the other things with Disney that are maybe a bit annoying. Though if you want the full Disney experience, probably not for you.
They have selected you to fill our quota at the cost of a